Serving 26 schools across more than 500 square miles, Pulaski County Special School District is one of the largest school districts in the state of Arkansas. Our district strives to help each student discover his or her full potential while preparing students for life and cultivating future leaders. PCSSD continues to strengthen the relationship between its public schools and the community. Our district is committed to creating a nationally recognized school district that assures that all students achieve at their maximum potential through collaborative, supportive, and continuous efforts of all stakeholders. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards. Serving 26 schools across more than 500 square miles, Pulaski County Special School District is one of the largest school districts in the state of Arkansas. Our district strives to help each student discover his or her full potential while preparing students for life and cultivating future leaders. PCSSD continues to strengthen the relationship between its public schools and the community. Our district is committed to creating a nationally recognized school district that assures that all students achieve at their maximum potential through collaborative, supportive, and continuous efforts of all stakeholders. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
Welcome, football fans, to Sylvan Hills Bears football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. Really excited for you guys to be here with us tonight. Let me take a minute to introduce our team tonight. In the booth, it's just going to be me, myself, Jay Call, and then on the broadcast tonight, it's going to be Will Watkins. And on our main camera tonight will be Patrick Haley. I couldn't ask for a better crew. Glad they made it all the way up here to West Memphis. It was a haul, but we are happy to be here. I just want to go ahead and get into our pregame tonight, where we're going to be previewing the Sylvan Hills Bears versus the West Memphis Blue Devils. Sylvan Hills is one of those teams who just hasn't been able to put it together all together. They've started off conference play 0-3 and losing to Searcy 34-28 last week in a tough one, and have turned the ball over 7 times in the first 3 games. That's just not a winning equation. This is surprising with the weapons they have on the offensive side of the ball, though, who continue to have great games week in and week out, starting with Cleo Penn, who ran it 10 times for 139 yards and a touchdown in last week's loss to Searcy. He has been a speedy option around the edge and has really helped with spreading out opposing defenses. Then you have the bruiser, Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris carried the ball for 17 times and 111 yards and 2 touchdowns last week and has turned into just their workhorse. He's getting the ball whenever he can. He is rarely brought down by a single tackler and gets the tough yardage when they're needed. They also have the talented QB, Gavin Tyner. Tyner ran the ball 20 times for 100 yards and a touchdown last week, and I expect him to keep some similar stats for this game as well. We didn't see Tyner's arm at all last week, so I'm anxious to see if they try to air it out a little bit more tonight, maybe with some play action. all in all, the Bears have a good squad, and they have a chance to turn their season around starting tonight against West Memphis. West Memphis, on the other hand, is ranked 6th in the 6A conference by Hootens and is tied with Catholic for first in the 6A East Division. And they are off to a hot start. They have started the season off 3-0 and look to carry their momentum from last week's 28-21 overtime win against Sheridan into this game against the Bears. Junior quarterback Keelan Mills, specifically, who scored the last 20 touchdown last week, filled in the QB role late last season, and he has continued the role since the start this year. He has done extremely well, and I expect to see a lot out of. He's done extremely well, and I expect to see a lot out of their 6'2", 245-pound defensive end Marquez Parker tonight. Head coach Robert Hooks praised him in the offseason for his talent, so it should be a good matchup tonight. I want to go ahead and get to some of our PCSSD matchups, though, around the state. Starting with our game of the week with Pine Bluff, ranked 21st by Hootens, and at 14th ranked Maumelle. Maumelle is ranked 14th in 5A and is a game and a half behind Mills. We're going to go ahead and cut to the national anthem.
If you would please stand and remove your hats as the West Memphis High School marching band plays our national anthem, followed by the West Memphis alma mater and the Sylvan Hills alma mater. Thank you. Now
we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for our PCSSD network matchups. Welcome back, Bears fans. Let's continue on with our PCSSD matchups all around the state. Continue with Maumelle. Maumelle is ranked 14th in 5A and is a game and a half behind Mills, who is in first place in the 5A Central. Pine Bluff is ranked 21st and is a game behind first place in 5A Central. Both teams look to square off tonight, and they're going to be at Maumelle. These teams are meeting for the first time in their existence. Pine Bluff quarterback Will Howell threw two touchdown passes in last week's 30-12 loss to Valonia. Maumelle started the season 2-0 before losing to Whitehall 44-24 2 weeks ago, despite rolling up 374 yards. The Hornets led 14-0 in the first half before giving up 41 unanswered points. I expect this to be a great game with a lot of points on the board. Hootens favors Maumelle in this matchup. Continuing on with Joe T. Robinson at Watson Chapel. Joe T. comes into this matchup ranked second in 5A with a 2-1 overall record. Watson Chapel, on the other hand, is ranked 23rd in 5A by Hootens and has a 1-3 record on the season. Watson Chapel committed 4 turnovers in last week's 28-point loss to Mills. Watson Chapel quarterback Marquez Brentley threw 2 touchdown passes, while Daniel Nelson caught a touchdown pass on offense and made 3 tackles and ended up breaking up 2 passes in the secondary. Joe T. Robinson amassed more than 400 yards and scored 49 points in the first half of last week's 42-point win at Morrilton. Sophomore quarterback Quentin Murphy passed for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns. Hootens favors Joe T. in this matchup. That's going to be a tough one for Watson Chapel to overcome. Joe T. is just hitting on all cylinders as the start of the season. And then let's get to our other game, Mills at Whitehall. Mills is ranked 9th in Class 5A by Hootens and is on top of the 5A Central Division with a 2-0 conference record. Whitehall is ranked 12th in the Class 5A and are a game behind Mills in 5A Central Division with a 1-1 conference record. There's a lot of people tied for second with a 1-1 record in that 5A Central. Whitehall has won 8 of its past 11 over Mills. Whitehall coach Ryan Mallett says the Bulldogs must avoid falling into an early deficit, which they overcame against Sheridan and Maumelle. Last week they fell behind BB 14-0 in the third quarter last week before losing 14-7. That is just it's just been a continual habit for the Whitehall Bulldogs. The Bulldogs held BB though to 194 yards. Mills, on the other hand, their quarterback Daniel Brown set the tone last week by returning the opening kickoff for a touchdown in a 42-14 victory over Watson Chapel. Senior Jabray Shaw intercepted 2 passes and returned 1 for a touchdown and recovered a fumble. So that should be a great matchup. I believe Hootens favors Mills in that matchup. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, will be time for our kickoff. Welcome back, Bears fans. We're going to tune into this kickoff to see who receives and who kicks. West Memphis won the toss. Chooses to defer. Sylvan Hills will receive the ball. All right, this is how our game kicks off. Sylvan Hills will be receiving the ball and getting this offense to work early. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in, and I want to just let you guys know if you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our Sylvan Hills Sports Network, we'd really appreciate it. And also, if you want to look at our other PCSSD sports networks around YouTube, that would be Mills Sports Network, Joe T. Robinson Sports Network, and Maumelle Sports Network. Go ahead and go to all those channels, give them a thumbs up and subscribe. We would really appreciate it.
Hey, Miss Hutton, you got an extra program up here?
Blue Devils have lined up to take the field. It's just a perfect night for high school football tonight. Friday night lights. The weather's finally starting to cool down, so I'm really excited to be here with everybody tonight. Sylvan Hills has taken the field. Excited to see what Chris Hill draws up for Gavin Tyner tonight. I believe we might see a couple more passes than we saw last week, as they did not pass the ball at all. Should be a good matchup. I'm sure Chris Hill's looking to turn this season around after a rough start, but I believe they can do it, and I know Chris Hill does as well. Wow, Sylvan Hills in white, West Memphis in blue. So it is going to be about to get this matchup underway. Sylvan Hills has taken the field. Cleo Penn back to receive, along with Josiah Rainey. Josiah Rainey kind of had a breakout game last week. He made a couple of extraordinary plays, so I'm really excited to see what he's got going for him. On to attempt the kick is going to be Gudino Edgar for West Memphis. My mistake, Edgar Gudino. That is my mistake. I had that name a little backwards. But all right, it's time for this kickoff and get this matchup started between Sylvan Hills and West Memphis on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. And here we go. Rainey takes the kick at about the 10-yard line, breaks it up the right side, has a little room. He breaks it all the way up to the 35-yard line. That is just a really good kick return. Hopefully that translates to the offensive drive right here. All right, and there's a flag on the play, which sets them all holding called against the Bears, which is going to put them all the way back to the 20-yard line. Unfortunate on a really good kickoff return to start the game for Rainey. Tyner under center. Fumbles the snap, ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by West Memphis, who takes it into the end zone for an early touchdown. That is a huge mistake by the Bears right off the start the game, and that is unfortunate for the Bears. Touchdown was made by a West Memphis defensive lineman, and that touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending. On to attempt the kick is Edgar Gudino. Gudino's kick is up, and it is good. And that is going to put the Bears behind early with a 7-0 deficit with only 11:47 to go in this first quarter. That was a quick score, and unfortunately it did not go the Bears' way. Maybe a little nerves. This crowd is a little loud. It could be a little bit of nerves. There was a long travel distance for them. Hopefully they get it turned around right here, though.
Melvin Bowen.
Gudino on for the kick. Kicking it deep. Cleo Penn picks it up on the right side, takes it up. It gets up to the 30-yard line, but gets taken down right before the 30-yard line at the 28. Well, let's see if we can't get this right this time. The Bears starting the game behind the 8 ball already. Let's see if they can't get things cleaned up and cut these turnovers out. All right, Tyner under center. Fumbles the snap right off the bat again. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Bears. So honestly, lucky it was a false start because the ball was on the ground once again. Get a third attempt at the first play. Tyner under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who's met right at the line of scrimmage. It gets shoved back. I don't think he got a yard on that play, and they're going to spot him right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on that play. West Memphis was ready for it, and it seemed like they had just shoved it up the middle on that play. Tyner under center. Takes a snap, and it's going to be another false start on the Bears. Not sure what they were looking for right there. That's going to push him back another 5 yards, which is going to make it 2nd and long. Tyner under center. It's going to be another false start on the Bears. This is just a ridiculous start to this game. Chris Hill rightfully takes a timeout and tries to get things figured out because I don't know what's going on, but it is not looking pretty right now. See if they can't get things straightened out. Want to mention again, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our network. We'd appreciate it a whole lot. And tune in for our Eccles halftime show, where we will be going over our PCSSD schools scores around the state, as well as some other matchups going on around the state. Tyner under center. And it's going to be another false start and push him back 5 more yards. Pitches it back to number 10, who cuts it up the left side. He's got some room on this side, 40, 50. Finally gets pushed out at about the 45-yard line. They had about 5 consecutive false starts that push them back all the way to the 5-yard line. And then finally they pitch it back to Carlos Stevens, the senior, who runs it all the way up the left sideline for about 50 yards, all the way up to the 45-yard line. That is just an outstanding play, but they're walking it back. A flag was thrown on the field, which is going to push them back again. holding on the Bears. Second down. Going to start start the drive again at the 10-yard line.
It remains second down.
Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back to Overton, and Overton is met in the backfield for about a 5-yard loss on that play. Going back to that holding penalty, I just looked at it, and I saw what maybe they perceived as holding, and it was definitely outside of the play, had nothing to do with the play, so very curious call by the officials on that one. Unfortunately, it did not go the Bears' way, and now they are set up in a 3rd and very long at about the 3-yard line. Tyner takes a snap, pitches it back to Stevens again on the left side. He's got some more room this time. Gets all the way up to about the 20-yard line before he's tripped up, and he falls forward at about the 24. So that is a decent gain to at least try to get the punter in a decent position to try to flip the field here. Bears get the snap, attempt the punt. It's taken at about the 32-yard line, and he cuts it up the middle. He's got some room, and he finally gets taken down, but there's a flag on the field. Jalen Merrick on the return. Jalen Merritt, my mistake. Let's see what this flag is all about. Block in the back on West Memphis on the Blue Devils, which is going to set them back about 10 yards from a decent return on that punt. It's going to be first down at about the 30-yard line. First and 10, 29-yard line. Keelan Mills back for the snap, and he's looking deep, looking over the middle, chunks it deep right over the middle, and there was a flag called for, that looks like a ghost call to me. Number 29, Patrick Alcindor, was on the coverage right there, and he kind of tapped into him a hair, but didn't really knock him off his path, and he still gets called for a pass interference right there. Not really sure. You know, when a team gets called early for a lot of flags, it's likely going to be a rough night for you because the officials have already got your number and they are not going to be taking it easy on you from there on out. That's going to move the Blue Devils all the way up to about the 44-yard line. That's going to bring them up, get them a first down. That first down was brought to you by the Medicine Shop. Mills takes the snap again, looking to pass, looking over the middle, chunks it deep, all the way going deep, and it is broken up. Broken up by Josiah Rainey. Rainey with just some really good coverage right there. It was underthrown by Mills, but Rainey hung tough with it, even with a wide receiver jumping all over him. That was good coverage by Rainey. Mills with the snap, hands it off on a sweep. Sweep on the right side, and they have all sorts of room. Managed to get about 15 yards on that play, 15, 20 yards on that play. That run was Jalen Merritt again. He is speedy and he's quick, and he gets them a first down. That first down's brought to you by the Medicine Shop. They're going to continue this series at about the 39-yard line. Mills with the snap. It's meant to be a handoff to White, and White is met in the backfield, and it's going to be about a 4-yard loss. That was a good job by the Bears to take advantage of a bobbled snap right there and set the Blue Devils back. Mills with the snap. He's looking to pass. He's looking on the left side. It's going to be out route, and it's going to be caught. Caught for a first down. Caught for a first down by Greer on that play. The Blue Devils were just had a really good route run for him, and the Bears were not able to take care of it. That's going to bring up a first down for the Blue Devils, and that first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. Mills with the snap, hands it off up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage for about a yard gain. He falls forward for about a yard gain right there. The defensive line of the Bears shut it down quickly, and that's going to bring up second down. Mills takes the snap, keeps it himself up the middle. He gets met at about the 10-yard line, but he ends up falling forward for a first down. It's going to make it first and goal at about the 5-yard line. That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. Mills takes it, keeps it himself again, slips a little bit in the backfield, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage by, I believe that was Overton. My mistake. That was Dylan Harris that met him right there at the line of scrimmage and managed to make the tackle before he got in the end zone. It was a good open field tackle by Harris. They're going to set up quickly. Mills with the snap again, and he's going to take it up the middle himself, and he's going to run it in for a touchdown. Keelan Mills for the Blue Devils on that touchdown. That touchdown's brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending. Kick is up, and it is good. That is going to make the score 14-0 Blue Devils with 6:50 left to go in this first quarter.
Football fans, how about a shout out to our construction crew down in the student section? Let's go, Blue Devils.
Things aren't going the Bears' way right now, but I'm positive they can turn this around. I've seen them do it before. So let's see what Chris Hill dials up on this offensive drive to try to spark this offense and get a little bit of momentum back on their side. Godino on to attempt this kick. Josiah Rainey and Cleo Penn back to receive. Kick is up. There to catch it is Rainey. Rainey on the left side. Tries to cut it into the middle, but it gets slung down with what looked like a possible face mask right there about the 31. No call on that face mask. Unfortunate for the Bears, but it's okay. They're going to start this drive at the 31. Tyner under center. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Harris up the middle, who's got a bunch of room. He finally gets met at about the 40-yard line and falls forward for about a 15-yard gain right there. That's a first down for the Bears, brought to you by the Medicine Shop. That was just a good running by Dylan Harris. He didn't even get touched until about 7 yards past the line of scrimmage. Finally gets taken down after he looks like he tripped up on his own feet, to be honest. Ball at about the 45-yard line. Tyner under center. Tyner takes it, hands it off to Harris again. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage, manages to fall forward for about a yard right there. This Blue Devils defense has a little experience on their side, so they are not going to fall for the same do the play twice trick. But let's see if they can't wear this defense down and maybe keep the ball rolling. Tyner hands it off or fakes the handoff, pitches it back to Cleo Penn on the right side, who's got all sorts of room up to the 40, up to the 30. He's going to keep going, and he finally gets shoved out of bounds at about the 15-yard line after about a 45-yard gain right there. That was a great run by Cleo Penn. He's got some speed, and he showed it off right there. That's going to be another Medicine Shop first down for the Bears. The ball is going to be put at the 15-yard line. So let's see if the Bears can't try to shove it in. They're in the red zone, so let's get some points on the board. Tyner under center. Takes the snap, but it's going to be a false start on the Bears. And pushing back another 5 yards. That is just a drive killer after just a great game by Cleo Penn. They're finally moving the ball, and they shoot themselves in the foot once again. But let's see if they can't overcome this obstacle. Ball's going to get pushed all the way back to the 20-yard line. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off up the middle to Dylan Harris. My mistake, that was Titus Stout. Stout is met at the line of scrimmage for no gain on that play. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 now. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, pitches it back to Cleo Penn. Cleo Penn is met in the backfield, and he gets slung down for about a yard loss on that play. That play was going nowhere. The linebacker on that play got shoved in the backfield, and he blew up that block, which really created a bad running lane for Cleo Penn right there. So now it's going to be third and about 17 now. Tyner under center, takes the snap. It's going to be false start again on the Bears, and that's going to push them back another 5 yards and make it about 3rd and 22. Tyner under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he's looking deep to Gonzalez. He was met by a safety right there. They both went after it, and lucky that Gonzalez was there because he broke up what could have been an interception. Tyner was on target for that one right there, but unfortunate the defense was all over it. Gonzalez on to attempt this field goal. It's going to be about a 35-yard field goal. The whistle was blown before he made the kick. to be an offsides on the Blue Devils, which is going to push this field goal, make this field goal attempt a little bit shorter. Gonzalez on to attempt this kick, and it's up, and it is good. Gonzalez with the leg, and he makes it. He shortens the deficit now to 14-3 Blue Devils. There's about 3 minutes and 57 seconds left in this first quarter, and that was just a great kick by Gonzalez. That was just a great kick by Gonzalez. That's a great way to shorten the deficit, get some points on the board, and maybe this Sylvan Hills defense will get come on the field and get a big stop and maybe get some momentum on their side. That was a 39-yard field goal from Gonzalez, and that was just a great kick for a pretty long field goal for high school ball. And it was probably would have been good for about 10 yards back behind that, to be honest. Gonzalez on to for the kickoff. Kicks it deep on the left side. Gets picked up at about the 2-yard line. He's going to be running up the middle, and he gets tripped up at about the 19, falls forward at about the 23-yard line. That was Merritt on the return. There is a flag on the field. Holding on the Blue Devils, which is going to push them back to about the 15-yard line, I believe. The Blue Devils are going to start their drive on the 14-yard line, which is a good sign for the Bears. Maybe they get a quick stop and have pretty good field position right here. Mills with the snap, quick pass on the left side. And they got a quick receiver out there who gets it all the way up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 16 yards right there. That's going to bring up a Medicine Shop first down for the Blue Devils. Mills with the snap, looking right. We're going to run the same type of quick snap. And he's going to break some tackles on the right side. He's going to get all the way up to about the 30-yard line on the other side of the field before he gets taken down. That's going to be about a 30-yard gain right there. And that's going to bring up a Blue Devils first down, brought to you by the Medicine Shop. Ball at the 27. Mills back to take the snap, takes the snap. He's looking to the right side for a pass, over the right side, and it's over the head of his intended receiver, and then it's going to fall incomplete and bring up a second down. Mills back, takes the snap, hands it off and get up the middle and gets met at the line of scrimmage. Keyshawn Jones on that tackle was all up in the face of that running back, and he was not letting that play go anywhere. That was a great tackle by Keyshawn Jones. Good job by him to get in that backfield. Mills takes a snap. He's looking on the right side. Rolls to the right. Oh, he fumbles the ball. It's still on the ground, and finally a Blue Devils offensive lineman falls on it. Unfortunate for the Bears, as I believe it was Jaden Foster back there who was scrambling to try to get that fumble, but unfortunate there was a lot of Blue Devils back there to pick it up. Mills on to take the snap again. Mills takes the snap, looking deep. He's looking on the left side, and he's going to have a wide open wide receiver. Josiah Rainey was right there, but slipped on his own feet and falls down, which left a wide open receiver who catches it and scoots in for a touchdown. That touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending. That was just unfortunate for the Bears. Josiah Rainey was there for to make this stop and just happens to slip on his own 2 feet right there, and it's just unfortunate for the Bears. Godino on to attempt this kick. Godino's kick is up, and it is good. That is going to make the score 21-3 Blue Devils with 1:39 left to go in this first quarter. Mills just moonshotted that ball for that pass right there. I think it might have hit the top of the skylights. Luckily for him, Rainey fell down and he was not able to get a hold of that ball. But that's going to bring on the Sylvan Hills kickoff return team, as Godino comes on to attempt this kick. Godino, kick is up. Rainey catches it, but his knee was down, and they're going to call him down at the 10 or about the 12-yard line.
Hey, Mr. Jackson, which one's not here?
Tyner under center to start this drive. Tyner takes a snap, keeps himself on the left side, gets met at the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, and falls forward for about a 7-yard gain right there. That was a good run by Tyner. That's going to bring up second and about 3. Second and about 3 here. Tyner under center. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff up the middle. Pitches it back to Penn. Penn's making room for himself on the right side. Gets met at the line of scrimmage, though, all the way on the right side of the field. Falls forward for about a 2-yard gain, which is going to make it third and short right here. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Dylan Harris, who is met in the backfield, but manages to break a couple tackles and gets far enough for a first down, just barely, I believe. And they're going to go ahead and move those chains. So that is a Bears first down brought to you by the Medicine Shop. and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We will be back with more Bears football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Thank you for choosing your local hometown pharmacy. I'm Chrissy Barr, owner and pharmacist of the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, where you're not just a number, you're part of the family, even your pets. Here at the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, we offer several services to assist you with your daily prescription needs. We offer Med Sync for easy refills, Dispill packaging for those taking multiple meds and for kids taking meds at school, and of course all of this with no long lines or wait times. You can have your prescription filled while you wait. Come see us at the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, located at 3836 John F. K. Boulevard, or call us at 758-1010 to speak with a pharmacist about your personalized needs.
Welcome back, Bears fans, to start this second quarter. The Bears are going to have the ball and have a first down to go with it. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Runs to the right side, but it's going to be another false start on the Bears. But he's going to push them back about 5 yards once again and make it 1st and 15. Tyner takes the snap, running on the right side, and he's going to be brought down. Gets met at the line of scrimmage, but ends up falling forward for about a yard right there, which is going to bring up now a 2nd and 14. Tyner takes a snap. Hands it off up the middle. I believe somebody was blowing an air horn, and I believe Dylan Harris mistook it as a whistle, which made Dylan Harris think the play was dead. That's exactly what happened. Somebody was blowing an air horn in the stands, and that made Dylan Harris think it was a whistle. I don't blame him, though, because the officials have been blowing their whistle all night, so they are basically used to it at this point. I guess that's going to be officials' timeout now. It's going to be 3rd and 13 now. Ball's at the 17-yard line. Tyner with the snap, pitches it back on the left side to Thompson. Thompson gets met in the backfield and slung down. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Bears. Chris Hill is going to go ahead and send out the punting unit. Rivera on to attempt this punt. Picks up a wobbly snap there. The punt is not very good, but it takes a Sylvan Hills bounce and rolls all the way out to the 41-yard line, and that is where the Blue Devils will begin their drive. There's a 35-yard punt on that play. Want to remind everybody, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the Sylvan Hills Sports Network channel. It is a big help. And tune in for our Akel's halftime show, where we will be recapping the first half of this game and tuning in to our other PCSSD matchups around the state. Mills looking over the middle. He's going to throw it deep. Throws it deep, and it's over the head of his intended receiver. That was good coverage right there by Alcindor. Alcindor was right there just in case the ball was thrown a little bit better. So that's going to bring up a second down for the Blue Devils. Mills takes a snap. He's looking left, and he throws to the Shepherd. Shepherd makes the catch, and he gets all the way up to the 40-yard line. That was just a quick stop route right there, and he makes the catch, and he gets up there for about a 20-yard gain right there, and that's going to bring up a Medicine Shop first down for the Blue Devils. Mills takes a snap, hands it off to number 19 up the middle, who gets met at the line of scrimmage and manages to get about 3 yards on that play. It's going to be a face mask called on the Bears. We're just going to make that gain about a 30-yard gain now. So the ball is going to be set at the 20-yard line for them to continue this drive. Mills takes a snap, hands it off on a jet sweep to number 5, who gets up on the left side, still breaking tackles all the way up to about the 10-yard line, but there is a flag on this play. I believe it's going to be a holding on the Blue Devils, which is going to push them back about 10 yards. Officials are still discussing it. So it's going to be a false start on the Blue Devils, as well as a holding. The false start is declined. The holding penalty is going to push them back now 10 yards. Just going to make it first and about 20. the Blue Devils go with some quick motion right there. And the Bears went ahead and jumped off sides because they were not ready for the quick motion. Mills takes the snap, takes it up the middle, but he's met hard by Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris met him at the line of scrimmage and managed to pick him up and slam him down. That was a good tackle by Dylan Harris. Mills takes the snap, and he's looking to pass. Looking to the right side. His wide receiver cuts it out right and gets pushed out at about the 2-yard line, and that's going to be another Medicine Shop first down for the Blue Devils.
Mills pass out complete. Number 5, Dylan Greer. That's enough for a Blue Devil. First down.
Mills takes the snap, went ahead with a QB sneak, and it's going to be pushed in for a touchdown for the Blue Devils. That touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci of Cornerstone Home Lending. Godino on for the kick. Kick is up. And it is good. That's going to make the score 28-3 Blue Devils with 8 minutes to go in this second quarter. Godino on to attempt this kick. Josiah Rainey and Cleo Penn back to receive. Kick is up. Rainey gets under it, catches it about the 15-yard line, tries to cut it up the middle, but he's slung down at about the 19-yard line, and that is where the Bears will start this offensive drive. Tyner, under center, takes the snap, pitches it back to Thompson on the left side. Thompson tries to cut it up, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, and he gets pushed back. Manages to get it up to the line of scrimmage, and that is where they will call it dead. They're just going to make it about a 2nd and 10 again. Tyner under center, takes the snap, fakes it up the middle, pitches it back to Cleo Penn. Penn on the right side, gets hit by a couple guys, manages to break a tackle, finally gets taken down after about a 7-yard gain on that play. It was a good run by Cleo Penn. He did all he could, breaking tackles left and right on that one. Tyner under center. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to I believe that was Titus Stout. Hands it off to Titus Stout, who gets about a 5-yard gain right there, and that's going to bring up a first down for the Bears. That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. Ball's at about the 31-yard line. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, who manages to fall forward for about 3 yards right there. Falls forward for about a 2-yard gain right there. That's going to bring up second and about 8. That was Titus Stout on the carry. It's going to be a timeout. Timeout Sylvan Hills right here. It's a good time to bring up our other networks around the state. We have the Maumelle Hornets, the Maumelle Sports Network on YouTube, as well as the Mills Sports Network, Joe T. Robinson Sports Network. Maumelle score, they are down 14-0 to Pine Bluff early with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Tune into their YouTube channels and also give them a thumbs up and subscribe to all of their content. We'd really appreciate it. Robinson is up major early, 40-0 Robinson over Watson Chapel with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Tyner under center. Takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side. Gets about 2 yards before he's hit and taken down. That's going to bring up about a 4th and 5 right here. Let's see what Chris Hill likes to do. My mistake, that's going to be 3rd and 4. After that gain, it brings us 3rd down and 4. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off, fakes the handoff up the middle, pitches it to Thompson. Thompson on the left side has a little bit of room right there. Manages to get it all the way up to the 45-yard line for about a 25-yard gain right there. That was a good run by Thompson. Can I give you a little update on the Mills score? Mills is down to Whitehall 0-19 with about 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in that first half. That first down was brought to you by the Medicine Shop. That was a great run by Joseph Thompson. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Stout up the middle, who's met at the line of scrimmage. Manages to get about a yard gain on that play. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Stout again, who's met in the backfield, and he's going to lose a yard on that play. tough running for Stout. There was just nowhere to go on that play. Third and 9, Tyner under center. Ball at about the 45-yard line. Tyner keeps it himself, pitches it out to the right side to Cleo Penn. Cleo Penn gets about a good 15-yard gain right there, gets it all the way up to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a Medicine Shop first down for the Bears. Tyner under center for this first down. Takes it, keeps it himself on the left side, falls forward for about a 2-3 yard gain right there. They're going to spot it at the 27-yard line, which is going to give him about a 2-yard gain on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Tyner under center. Takes the snap, keeps himself on the right side, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, still breaks another tackle all the way up to the 10-yard line. What a run by Gavin Tyner. Breaks about 3 tackles right there for a good 20-yard gain, ends up 25-yard gain, ends up at about the 5-yard line. And that's going to be a Medicine Shop first down for the Bears. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Stout, who's met at the line of scrimmage. Manages to get about a yard on that play. And it's still going to be 3rd and goal, about 5 yards to go. My mistake, 2nd and goal. Tyner under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who gets in for a touchdown. Dylan Harris with a good 5-yard run up the middle for a Bears touchdown. That touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending. That was a good job to hand it off to your workhorse, Dylan Harris, who just manages to get those tough yards anytime he needs them. That was a great drive by the Bears, about a 81-yard drive right there. Gonzalez is on to attempt the kick. My mistake, that was Rivera. Rivera's kick is up, and it is good. That's going to make the score 10-28 Blue Devils with about 44 seconds left to go in this first half. It's really good to see the Bears offense put a good drive together. It gives you a little hope for maybe they might show some more flash later on in this game. Back to receive for the Blue Devils is Jalen Merritt. On to kick off for us is Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a squib kick on the right side. And the ball's on the ground, but is recovered by the Blue Devils. And that is where they will begin their drive at about the 31 with 40 seconds left to go in this first half. That was a good attempt by Gonzalez to squib that kick right there, as it has worked for them in the past. I remember in about week 2 against Benton. Unfortunately, it did not work there, and now the Blue Devils will take over in some decent field position. Mills back to take the snap. Bears showing pressure. Getting pressure up the middle. Mills throws it on the left side, and he's met hard. Met hard right there by Alcindor with a good tackle, and shoves him out of bounds after a 5-yard catch right there. That was a good pitch and catch, but it was good job by Alcindor to fly to that ball and make sure he didn't get any more extra yards after that catch. Mills back for the snap, takes the snap. He's looking deep over the middle, launches it to Merritt, but he overthrows him, and there was a flag down around the line of scrimmage, so I'm guessing that it's going to be a holding penalty. That's going to push this Blue Devils offense back 10 yards, back to the 20-yard line. That's going to make it about 2nd and 20. Mills with the snap, hands it off on a jet sweep. Jet sweep works, gets cut up for about 10 yards right there. My mistake, 7 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 13. Take it 10 seconds left as the clock ticks down in this first half. And I believe the Blue Devils are going to let it go to half. That is the end of the first half. Join us after the break for the Ackles Carpet One halftime show, where we will be recapping some of the other scores going on around the state, as well as the first half of this ball game. Thank you.
At Ackles Carpet One,
we are more than a carpet store.
Get up to 50% store-wide plus no interest financing. Plus, add installation and get $300 cash back.
We make it beautiful for less. At Ackles Carpet One,
we are more than a carpet store.
Get up to 50% store-wide plus no interest financing. Plus, add installation and get $300 cash back.
we make it beautiful for less.
Excuse me. And now, in just a few minutes, we'll get to see your Blue Devil marching band.
You're awful alone. I've never seen you this alone.
Entertainment, West Memphis High School proudly presents your Blue Devil Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Bryce Evans, Lane Hall, Peyton Hill, and color guard instructors Jamie Soates and Carla Buchanan. The band is under the field command of drum major Jennifer Lewis. Tonight we feature the Our Space themed show, Above and Beyond. Drum major Jennifer Lewis, is your band ready for liftoff? The West Memphis Band would like to thank Schneider for sponsoring the transportation of our band trailer and First Assembly of God for providing snacks and water for tonight's game.
Hi there, welcome to the Ackles Carpet One halftime show. I want to go ahead and start this recap off of the first half of the West Memphis Blue Devils and the Sylvan Hills Bears first half. The Bears did not have a good start to the first half as they racked up some penalty yards and managed to fall down 21-3 in the first half. They managed to score a touchdown there towards the end of the second quarter and bring the margin down to 18. The score is now 28-10 Blue Devils. But they did have a pretty good running attack going for the Bears. Starting with Carlos Stevens. Carlos Stevens had 2 attempts for 68 yards in that first half. He showed a real good burst of speed, and when he managed to get out in the open, he really showed it. Cleo Penn had 6 attempts for 63 yards right there. And Dylan Harris had 3 attempts for 22 yards and a touchdown. Their rushing attack is working pretty well. Unfortunately, the Blue Devils had it read pretty well for the out wide runs, and without those runs out wide, it is just not going to work in the middle either. So that's the recap of the first half. But let's go ahead and look at some other scores from the PCSSD network. Mills at Whitehall, they trail Whitehall 14-19 at halftime. At one point they were trailing by a lot more than that, so they turned that ball game into a nice one. That's a good job by Mills to get back into that ball game. Maumelle trails Pine Bluff 20-0 at halftime. See if they can't turn it around in that second half and get some more points on the board. Let's give you an update on the rest of the 6A East scores. El Dorado trails Benton 27-21 in the second quarter. Marion leads Greene County Tech 24-8 at halftime. Sheridan is up on Jacksonville 14-0 in the second quarter. Van Buren is up on Greenwood 21-14 in the second quarter. Lake Hamilton is up on Siloam Springs 34-0 in the second quarter. Lake Hamilton has really shown that they are no joke this year. Pulaski Academy leads Little Rock Christian 28-13 in the second quarter. And Russellville is leading Mountain Home 17-14 in the second quarter. A lot of close matchups around the state. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this Benton El Dorado game turns out. They are some rivals, so I'd love to see how that score ends. Thank you guys for joining this Ackles Carpet One halftime show. We're gonna take a quick break right here. When we come back, it'll be time for our second half kickoff.
At Ackles Carpet One,
We are more than a carpet store.
Get up to 50% store-wide plus no interest financing. Plus, add installation and get $300 cash back.
we make it beautiful for less. At Akel's Carver One.
We are more than a carpet store.
Get up to 50% store-wide plus no interest financing. Plus, add installation and get $300 cash back.
We make it beautiful for less.
Welcome back, football fans, to this second half matchup of the Sylvan Hills Bears and the West Memphis Blue Devils. The score is 28-10 right now, Blue Devils, and they are going to be receiving to start this second half. Gonzalez is on for the kickoff. And Merritt is back to receive for the Blue Devils. They're going to go ahead and elect to squib it again. This time it's caught by number 1 for the Blue Devils. He's going to try to break a couple tackles. Manages to get about 5 yards on a long run for a return. They're going to start their drive at about the 40-yard line. I'd like to see a little fight out of the Sylvan Hills Bears defense. They showed some signs of being able to stop them, but they are just not able to stop this passing attempt with Kendall Mills attempting every single pass for the Blue Devils tonight. Mills steps back, looking deep on the left side. He's got Merritt, and it's right into the hands of Colin Billings. Billings was right there. The ball hit him right in the face mask, but it falls down and goes incomplete. That was a good job. That was a good job by Billings to be there to break up that pass. If only he could have held on to it. That would have been the momentum boost that the Bears needed to start this second half. Unfortunately, now it's going to still be Blue Devils ball, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Mills takes a snap, keeps himself on the right side. He's very quick up the right sideline, and he's going to get about 18 yards on that play. That's going to bring up my mistake. There's a flag on the play back towards the line of scrimmage, and they're going to call holding on the Blue Devils. That is going to negate a good run by Mills right there and push them back about 10 yards. That's going to make it about 2nd and 17. Ball is placed at the 34-yard line, 33-yard line. Mills takes a snap, but before anything can get going there's another flag. I believe it's going to be offsides on Sylvan Hills. That's going to move them up it's going to move them up 5 yards now. That's going to make it 2nd and 12. Ball at the 38. Mills takes a snap, keeps himself on the right side. He's got some room, and he gets all the way up to the first down marker and ends up getting 3 yards past that. That's about a 17-yard gain right there, and that's going to be a Medicine Shop first down for the Blue Devils. Mills takes a snap, and he's looking left. Fakes the pass, and he's going to go ahead and take it himself up the middle. Manages to get about 8 yards on that play. That's going to bring up a second and short right there for the Blue Devils. I think that might have been a designed run. He looked left, and as soon as it was not there, he went ahead and took off himself. I wouldn't be surprised if that was designed that way. Mills takes a snap, looking left. This time he does throw it. He overthrows his wide receiver. So it falls incomplete. Now that brings up a 3rd and about 3. Let's see if this Sylvan Hills Bears, defense can't bow their necks up and get a stop right here. Mills takes a snap, keeps himself on the left side. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a close one right here. I don't think he got it. They're going to spot him. They're going to spot him about a yard short right there. They're going to spot him a yard short, but they will be going for it. Mills back to take the snap. Bears showing pressure. They're looking on the sideline for an audible. Bears show pressure on the right side, but unfortunately Mills takes the snap and just runs it up the gut for about a 20-yard gain right there. And that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Blue Devils. Mills takes the snap, keeps himself up the middle, gets met at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for about 3 yards right there. He was swallowed up by a host of Bears defenders. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Mills back for the snap. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Their running back gets about 7 yards on that play. Might be a yard short of the first down. There's a player down on the field, and now that is going to be, there's a Bears player down on the field. That is number 60, Carter Manis. Carter Manis is on the ground, and he has the injury team out to help him out. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Good to see Carter Manis get off the field. I hope it's nothing too serious. This time I want to remind you guys, stay tuned for our post-game show where we'll be recapping the game and filling you in on the post-game scores for our other PCSSD sports networks. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you are enjoying this content. We would really appreciate it. Mills back, takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage, manages to get 4 yards out of that, but that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Blue Devils. Ball at about the 15-yard line now. Mills takes a snap, hands it off up the middle again. This time met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. He managed to get about a yard of forward progress on that one before the defensive line shoved him back. Mills takes a snap, keeps himself, runs on the right side, and he's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. I saw a late flag come out behind him, though. I believe it's going to be holding. Holding on the Blue Devils. Just going to negate that touchdown run by Mills and push it back 10 yards. Second and about 19 now. Mills back to take the snap. We're going to go ahead and call a timeout. Blue Devils call a timeout right here because they were a little confused on that play. Now the Blue Devils have taken the field again and we're ready to continue play. Mills takes the snap, and he's looking to pass it on the right side over the middle. And that was great coverage by that Bears defender. Matthew West on the coverage right there breaks that pass up, and that's going to bring up a third and long for this Blue Devils offense. That was just great coverage by Matthew West. Mills takes a snap, and he's looking right again. Right this time. And great coverage once again by Matthew West. Matthew West was all over it on that play. And he was just and gave that wide receiver no chance to catch that ball. They're going to go for it on this fourth down. Bears look like they're showing pressure. Mills takes the snap, looking left, rolls to the left side, launches it, but it is short of the wide receiver, and that is going to be a turnover on downs for the Blue Devils, and that's going to bring the Sylvan Hills offense back out onto the field. Well, if you were looking for a good start by the Bears, that's it right there. You force a turnover on downs, and now this offense comes out and maybe tries to put some points on the board. Give you an update on this Mills score. Mills leads Whitehall 22-19 after being down 0-14 early in the first half. So the Bears take over at the 20-yard line. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Tyner takes the snap, looking left side, passes it out to Joseph Thomas. Joseph Thomas runs up, gets about 3 yards on that run. That was a good job by Tyner to make something happen out of nothing. All the wide receivers were covered up, scrambles around, drops it down to his running back, Joseph Thompson. Tyner under center, takes a snap, fakes it up the middle, pitches it back to Thompson again on the left side. Thompson gets all the way up to about the 31-yard line for a 5-yard gain. That's going to bring up about a 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd down.
Tyner under center. Snaps it, keeps it himself on the right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage and shoved back. Managed to get all the way up back to the line of scrimmage for no gain right there. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Chris Hill elects to go for it on this 4th down. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Harris up the middle, who breaks it up to an open hole to the 50, all the way down to the 40-yard line. Keeps going, finally gets taken down at about the 38-yard line. That is a huge gain for the Bears on a 4th down conversion, and that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Bears. That was just a great run by Harris. The hole opened up for him perfectly. Offensive line got a good push and really opened up a great hole for Harris. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Fakes it to Harris up the middle. Pitches it back to Thompson on the left side. Thompson's going to get all the way up to the 10-yard line. 10, 5, slung down about the 7-yard line. Manages to get out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, but I saw a flag come out late behind the line of scrimmage, and that is usually holding. Holding on the Bears, which is going to negate that good run by Joseph Thompson and push him back 10 yards. Let's see if they can't overcome this penalty. 1st and 15 now for the Bears. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who bullies his way all the way up to about the. He bullied his way all the way up to about the 36-yard line. Unfortunately, the ball pops out, and the Blue Devils are take control of it now. That is unfortunate. They seem to have a good drive going right there. And now the Blue Devils offense will come back out onto the field and start their drive at the 37. Unfortunately for the Bears, they are just not catching a break tonight. Let's see if they can't try to get a stop here. Mills takes the snap, throws it to number 5. The Bears were all around him on that play. Manages to keep it a short gain, only about a 2-yard gain on that play. Second and 8. Mills takes the snap, keeps himself on the left side. That was a good job by Dylan Harris on that tackle. Dylan Harris and Carlos Stevens both contributed to that tackle. Carlos Stevens threw off a block and managed to slow down Mills before he's eventually taken down by Dylan Harris. That was about a 5-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. It's going to be an offsides on the Bears. Jaden Foster jumped across the line right there. The Bears were showing pressure, and I think it threw Foster off to see his linebacker running up to his right. And unfortunately, that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Blue Devils. Mills takes the snap, hands it off to the back up the middle, and he's met hard right there by Draylon Holloway. Draylon Holloway with a huge hit right there on their running back, and manages to keep it to a short gain of 1. So now it's going to be 2nd and 9 on this play. Ball at about the 50-yard line. Mills takes a snap, runs on the right side, Gets pulled back by his jersey by Jaden Foster. Foster holds it to only about a 4-yard gain right there. And now it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Mills takes the snap, and he's met all in the backfield by a host of Bears defenders for a 1-yard loss on that play. That was a great job by that Bears defense. And Blue Devils elect to punt this ball as they send out the punting unit. That was a great job by that Bears defense to bow their necks and get a good stop right there. Blue Devils with the punt. It's a good punt. Falls back at the 10-yard line, bounces into the end zone for a touchback, and that's going to have the Bears offense starting at the 20-yard line. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. Go ahead and give us a like, a thumbs up, and give us a subscription if you don't mind. We would really appreciate it. See if this Bears offense can get some points on the board in the second half. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, keeps it himself, and he's met in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. He was looking to pitch it before he could pitch it, there was a defender right in his face. Tyner takes the snap, bobbles it, pitches it back to Joseph Thompson on the left side. On the left side, gets up to the line of scrimmage, but for no gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Bears here, 3rd and 10. See if they can't convert. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Drops back to pass. Looking on the right side. Launches it to the right and overthrows Cleo Penn right over his head by about 3 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Bears. The Bears are going to go ahead and send out their punting unit. Rivera back to attempt this punt. Rivera with the punt. Punt is decent. Falls at about the 45-yard line. Takes his Sylvan Hills roll. Gets all the way out to about the 38-yard line on the other side of the field. 17 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. There is a flag on the field. Might be roughing the kicker on the Blue Devils, and that's going to give this Bears a 1st down. Lucky for the Bears, they now get the ball back for the 1st down at about the 35-yard line. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Stout up the middle. Stout's got some room to go. He's still going all the way up to the 40, 35-yard line, bouncing off wimpy tacklers and gets all the way out to the 30-yard line. Just a great run by Stout. He seemed a little surprised to be that wide open running down the field right there. Bounced off 2 tackles and manages to get some more yardage out of it and takes it all the way up to the 30-yard line. And that's going to be a medicine shop first down for the Bears. And that's gonna bring us to the end of the third quarter. We'll be back with more Bears football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. And that's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DO to 36260 to get started today.
We are back with Bears fans for this fourth quarter of play on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. The Bears are about 30 yards away from the end zone. Let's see if they can't stick it in there. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Stout up the middle again. Stout breaks a couple tackles, still going, still carrying defenders. Oh, and rumbles all the way down for what might be a first down now. That was a tough run by Stout, carrying defenders on his back there for the last 2 yards. Gain of 9 on that play. Now it's going to be 2nd and 1. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Stout up the middle, gets about 5 yards on that play, and that's going to be a medicine shop first down for the Bears. Going back to that punt, there was a roughing the punter penalty, which continued this Bears drive, and now they are about to try to turn it into some points. Tyner looks over to the sideline, trying to get a play call from Chris Hill. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Stout up the middle, gets met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about a yard gain right there. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. If you're the Bears offense, that's the last thing you want to see, is a short run on first down. Kind of sets you back behind the sticks right here. Tyner takes the snap, flag comes out, and it's going to be a false start on the Bears, which is going to push them back 5 yards and make this a 2nd and 14 now. Tyner under center, takes the snap, looking to pass, launches it over the middle, and it is caught. Steven Scalise with the touchdown catch for the Sylvan Hills Bears. What a toss by Gavin Tyner. Tossed it right over 2 defenders' head, and Scalise with a jumping catch. What a touchdown catch by Scalise. That touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending. Rivera on to attempt this PAT, and it is no good, which is going to make the score 16-28 Blue Devils with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. That is just a great job by Tyner. Stepping back, launching it over the middle where it looks like the defenders didn't really have a chance at that ball, and Scholars jumps up and climbs the ladder and takes that ball out of the sky. Scholars. Probably the best play for the night for the Bears. That was just a great play by Tyner. Good pitch and catch, and you love to see them scoring on these passing attempts. We know Tyner has an arm, and I love to see it work. Gonzalez on for the kickoff. I'd expect an onside right here. And it is a squib kick. Pretty far for a squib kick. This time it's caught by the Blue Devils. Number 1's going to try to run it to the right side, and he gets taken down at about the 25-yard line. So that sends out this Bears defense. This Bears defense needs to come out. If you want to try to still be in this ball game, you need to make a quick stop right here. Good 3 and out, and the Bears might have a shot at trying to get some more points on the board. Mills takes the snap, hands it off on a jet sweep. Jet sweep is red. Manages to only get about 2 yards on that play. It was a good stop by the Bears defense right there, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Mills with the snap. Looks like it's going to be a false start, though. False start on the Blue Devils right there. That's going to push them back about 5 yards and make this a 2nd and 12. Mills back for the snap. Mills takes the snap, looking to pass it on the left side, over the left side, and he threw it a little bit too fast. His wide receiver was looking to make that stop route and come back to it, but the ball was already out by the time he was turning around. It's going to be an incomplete pass and force a 3rd and 12 right here. Let's see if this defense can't stop them, get a real quick 3 and out, and get this offense back on the field. Mills takes the snap, looking on the right side, launches it to number 1, and it is caught for a Blue Devils 1st down. That was a good pitch and catch for the Blue Devils right there. And that's going to be a medicine shot 1st down for the Blue Devils. Mills takes the snap, hands it off on a jet sweep. Jet sweep is red once again, and only for about the jet sweep only gets him about 2 yards right there. Mills looking over for a play call from the Blue Devil sideline. Mills takes the snap, keeps himself up the middle. Gets hit, breaks a couple tackles, finally gets shoved out after he gets a first down for about a 15-yard gain right there. That's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Blue Devils. Ball is going to be at about the 45-yard line. Mills takes the snap, keeps himself again on the right side. This time spins, tries to spin away from a tackle. Is unable to. Overton with the tackle right there after about a 4-yard gain. Take that back, about a 6-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Mills takes the snap, keeps himself again on the right side. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage by Dylan Harris, and they're going to go ahead and call a face mask right there on the Bears, which is going to get them about an extra 15 yards. That's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Blue Devils after that penalty. Mills takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Gets about, and that run up the middle gets him about 9 yards right there. Take that back, he gets him 10 yards. And brings him, gets him a medicine shot first down. Mills takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. That touchdown's brought to you by Dio Vanucci, Cornerstone Home Lending. That is a Blue Devils touchdown. That touchdown will probably do it for the Bears in this game. It's unfortunate. They had a rough start to the first half, and it really just set them back in something they really couldn't overcome. Godino on to attempt this kick. Kick is up. And it is good, and that will make the score 35-16 Blue Devils with 6:22 left to go in this fourth quarter. Really appreciate everyone tuning into our broadcast tonight. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we'd really appreciate it. And also tune into our other PCSSD sports networks around YouTube. You got the Mills Sports Network, Joe T. Robinson Sports Network, and the Maumelle Sports Network. All brought to you by Natural State Sports. Godino on to for this kickoff right here. We have Josiah Rainey And Cleo Penn back to receive. Kick is up, and it's going to be caught by Overton this time. Overton cuts it out to the right side. Hits a kickoff man real hard right there at about the 38-yard line and gets shoved out of bounds. That was a good job by Overton to pick it up. That's going to give this Bears offense good field position right here. Let's see if they can't get some more points on the board. Tyner takes the snap. It's a reverse. It's a reverse on the left side all the way up to the 50, to the 40, slides down, and I saw two flags fly out. Not sure what that was for, but that was a good run by Josiah Rainey on the left side. I believe this penalty is going to be on the Blue Devils. My mistake. It is going to be a holding call. Holding call on the Bears right there, which is going to turn that 25-yard run into about a 15-yard run. Either way, it's a first down for the Bears right now. That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, pitches it back to Penn on the right side. Penn's got some room. He gets all the way out to the 42-yard line. Gets all the way out to the 42-yard line for about a 9-yard gain right there. That was a good run by Penn. It's going to be a 2nd and 2 now for this Bears offense. Ball at about the 41-yard line. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Stout. Stout still carrying defenders, gets all the way out to about the 30-yard line. And that's about an 8-yard gain right there and brings up a Medicine Shop first down for the Bears. Tyner takes the snap, elects to keep it himself on the right side, falls forward for about a 3-yard gain right there, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, pitches it back to Thompson. Thompson on the left side doesn't get anything on that play and gets tackled for about a 2-yard loss. That's going to bring about a 3rd and 9. It's going to be a Sylvan Hills timeout now as they want to talk this over. 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 9 when this Bears offense comes back out onto the field. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Fakes it off to the middle. Throws it over the middle. And it is broken up by the Blue Devils defender. Pass intended to Nazir Laughlin. Laughlin tried to catch it, but he was surrounded by Blue Devils defenders, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 9. Stout comes out. Dylan Harris comes into the ball game. Tyner under center. Before he gets snapped the ball, there's a timeout by the Blue Devils. Go ahead and update you on some of our other scores around other PCSSD Sports Network scores. Mills is trailing Whitehall 22-26 with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. This Bears offense comes out on the field to attempt this 4th down conversion. Tyner under center. Takes the snap, fakes a pitch to the right, and just falls down as he lost his footing. There was no chance for him to get that ball off. And that is going to be a turnover on downs, and the Blue Devils will have it at about the 34-yard line. My mistake, 36. Mills takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's met by some defenders about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage and gets taken down, only for about a 3-yard gain right there. Good job by that defensive line of the Bears to hold him up right there, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Mills takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Running back runs into a wall right there about a yard away from the line of scrimmage. Still breaking tackles and finally gets taken down at about the 41-yard line. Gets shut down, and now it's going to result, now it's going to be a 3rd and about 5 for the Blue Devils. Mills takes the snap, keeps it himself, goes up the middle, and he's met hard right there by Overton. Overton makes the tackle at the line of scrimmage and forces a 4th down for this Blue Devils offense. That was a great tackle by Overton. This Blue Devils offense elects to keep to go for it. It's a flag on the play. False start on the Blue Devils offense, and that's going to push them back 5 yards. About a minute 57 left to go in this ball game. They decide to bring out the punt team now after that penalty. Back deep is Carlos Stevens. The punt is away, and it's a line drive. It takes a roll at about the 34-yard line, rolls all the way down to the 18-yard line. And that is where this Bears offense is going to take over.
Ball down at the 18-yard line. It will be 1st and 10. Bears.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Stout. Stout still fighting for yardage after a whole bunch of broken tackles. You just gotta love that about Stout, just fighting through tackles over and over again. He gets about 5 yards on that play, but what probably should have been a play for no gain. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Stout again up the middle. Still breaking tackles. Just carrying defenders all the way up for a medicine shot first down for the Bears right there. Stout is just a player that you just love to watch. He's just a guy that never gives up on a play. Keeps those legs turning and just breaks tackle after tackle. You just love to see it. Tyner under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, pitches it back to Thompson. Thompson on the left side. He's met by a couple of defenders right there for about a loss of 1 yard, it looks like. Yes, that's about a loss of a yard. Tyner takes a step, hands off to Stout up the middle again. Manages to get about 3 yards right there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. That's going to be the end of our ball game, guys. Stay tuned for our post-game show when we will announce our player of the game and go over other PCSSD Sports Network broadcast scores.
Thing but sleepy, boys. That guy's a headhunter. Still will hand it off. Boom, and ball's loose again.
Here we go.
This time Mackey's got it. He's looking for the end zone to the 10, 5. Oh, baby! Another defensive scoop and score. This time a 15-yard variety.
The other Senators, Marion Harris. Now Murphy, he wants to go deep. He's got his man. If he didn't overthrow him, trying to get the what a throw and catch to the house. Touchdown, Senators, give him 6.
I'm going to be honest with you, it looked like that defensive back was standing still.
Field is incredible.
Well, he's showing it tonight. Another handoff's going to go to Barker. Breaks a couple tackles.
Keandre's gone. He's in the open field. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Yeah, he's running away from him. At the 10, touchdown, Badgers. Keandre Barker, no flag on the field.
Outside. Oh my God! And the play made by Miles Caster. What?
Something that the young sophomore he'll learn and get better at.
Tyner takes the snap, runs to the right side, pitches it back to Penn. Penn on the right side has some room, gets it all the way up to the 40-yard line, cuts it back to the left side, all the way to the left side. 10, 15, 20.
Touchdown, Cleo 10, but there's...
They stick with him.
Martin thrown quickly to the left side. Oh, what a catch! Oh. Makes the catch one-handed, now breaks away across midfield, across the 40, 30, 25, going to finally be tripped up at the 22-yard line. And what a play!
Come on, come on, come on.
Got him, got him, got him!
Fast catch you off guard.
Martin gets the snap. He will throw. He is hit hard in the backfield. What a sack by the Senators there. Is that Tank? That is Tank Reese
that
on
is
the
the
sack.
freshman.
Strickland takes a snap, and he's looking left, deep to D.D. Johnson, and he makes an amazing jumping grab in the end zone. That was just an amazing catch.
Yeah, those deep ball touchdowns he's thrown tonight have just been phenomenal.
Beautiful.
Murphy will hand this one away to Grill. Grill going to throw it. Grill wants to throw deep. He's got Nichols out there. Oh, what a catch! Nichols makes the catch at the 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. It's not Nichols, sorry.
I want to say that's another Ashton Williams touchdown. Let's see if we can see it.
It was Ashton Williams.
Welcome back, Bears fans, to our postgame show. I want to go ahead and start off by naming our player of the game. Our player of the game is going to be Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris racked up 59 rushing yards on 5 attempts and 1 touchdown, and also did a lot of work on the defensive side of the ball as well. Going to go ahead and update you guys on our PCSSD Sports Network scores across the state. Right now, Robinson is leading Watson Chapel 59-21 in the fourth quarter. Oh, that's the final score for the Robinson-Watson Chapel game. Maumelle is down 26-0 to Pine Bluff with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Mills is down 32-22 in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in that ball game. Really appreciate you guys tuning into our broadcast tonight. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you really enjoyed our content. We'd really appreciate it, as well as our other PCSSD Sports Network sport networks around the state. Going to go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsors tonight. I'm going to go ahead and thank the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock. Medicine Shop of North Little Rock have been a great sponsor to us. We really appreciate them. Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending, and Akel's Carpet One Floor and Home. Thank you guys for tuning into our ball game. Catch you next week for some more Bears football.